All right, let's get into it. We're diving into this really dark Hindi horror story today. It's all about supernatural justice, karma. And in this story, a super powerful mystic is about to find out that some debts, well, they can only be paid with fire.
Okay, so the story kicks off with these lines right here. And this isn't just some spooky foreshadowing, you guys. This is the whole point. It's the central idea we're going to be digging into. It sets this incredibly grim, powerful tone, right? Basically, payback isn't a question of if it's coming, it's a question of when.
So where does our story kick off? A desolate cremation ground. And right in the middle of it, we have this powerful figure, an Agori Sadhu. Now, these guys are ascetics who are known for these intense rituals, really getting into the energies of life and death. And he's in the middle of a very, very old and very dark ceremony. Picture this. He's sitting right in front of a funeral pyre. The flames are dying down, and he's trying to, well, harness the spirit of the person who just died. He's got this total confidence, chanting his mantras, pouring ash into the fire. He's trying to make the supernatural bend to his will. But then, things go wrong. Like, spectacularly wrong. The fire just, poof, it's out. No warning. And then, from the embers, this silent, almost calm female spirit just rises up. This is definitely not the spirit he was trying to control. In that same instant, his sacred necklace just shatters into pieces. A weird line appears across his chest, like he's been cut by something you can't see, and he just collapses. Whatever he did, he's unleashed something way, way bigger than him.
So the Sadhu wakes up. He's shaken, for sure, but he's alive. He makes his way back to his ashram, his sanctuary, his home, only to find that his whole world has literally been destroyed overnight. So the story he gets is that a crazy storm just tore through the area. But come on, this was no ordinary storm. His home is just a pile of rubble. We're talking years of sacred texts, gone. Holy idols, smashed to bits. This was basically a targeted demolition of everything he believed in, his entire life's work.
And here's the kicker. This is the part that tells you something supernatural is absolutely at play here. The villagers tell him that only one building was hit by this storm, just his. Every other house, totally fine, not a scratch. I mean, talk about sending a message, right? But it gets worse. This wasn't just about his home. His spiritual power, the thing that makes him who he is, it's just gone, vanished. He tries to do his simple fire ritual and the flames die the second he touches them. And just as his whole world is falling apart, he starts to hear it. The mocking laughter of a child echoing from somewhere deep in the woods. Okay, so now he's terrified, he's powerless, and he is desperately trying to figure out what in the world is hunting him down. He actually runs into the forest after that laughter, yelling for whatever it is to show itself. But the forest doesn't give him a face. It gives him a whisper, coming from everywhere at once. A single name that just sends this icy spike of fear right through him. Ashwin. And this is where the real mystery starts to take shape. The Sadhu, he goes back to the cremation ground, and he finds out the name of the person on that pyre, a Parajita, who was a Kinnar. They're a community that in South Asian mythology are often seen as sort of celestial beings. So wait a minute. If the spirit from the pyre was a Parajita, then who or what is Ashwini? As you can imagine, the haunting just gets more and more intense. The Sadhu's mind starts to break. It's fracturing under the pressure. And right through those cracks, a memory he buried deep, deep down comes roaring back. A truly horrifying truth. And bam, he remembers it all. Ashwini, she wasn't some demon. She was a teacher, a beloved teacher. Also a Kinnar, by the way. And she was teaching people in the village to think for themselves, to use reason instead of just superstition. Well, the local mystics, they felt threatened by that. And our guy, the Sadhu, he led the charge. They called her a witch. They dragged her into the forest. They chained her up. And he was the one who set her on fire. And right at that moment, as she was dying, a member of her community screamed out this curse. See, this whole haunting, it isn't random. It was a promise. A karmic bill was written in that fire. And now, all these years later, it's collection day. So now, the past and the present are about to collide in the most violent way possible. That spirit from the pyre, Aparajita, remember, a fellow Kinnar, she's become the weapon for Ashwini's revenge, and she's here to deliver the final, awful judgment. So the spirit, Aparajita, just appears right in front of him. He's begging for mercy, offering to do penance. It means nothing. She just lifts him into the air like he's nothing. And as she drags him back to that cremation ground, his sacred Rudraksha beads, his protection, they just fall off one by one by one until he's got nothing left. And what's so chilling is the logic of it all. This isn't just about killing him. It's about making it a mirror image of his prime. The spirit isn't just out for blood. It wants him to suffer in the exact same way his victim did. It's this perfect, absolutely horrifying symmetry. And that's what happens. The spirit throws him right onto that funeral pyre, the very same one where this whole thing started. He's set on fire, and the story comes completely full circle. As he's burning, his screams in his final moments just become an echo of Ashwini's screams from all those years ago. Just like the quote said, the fire came back to claim its due. Which leaves us with a pretty unsettling question, doesn't it? Does karma always settle the score? According to the story, the universe has a brutal but absolutely perfect accounting system. And that's a pretty chilling thought to sit with long after the flames have gone out.
For more videos, please subscribe.